Hi everybody, it's me Willow and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back with another fun video for all of you guys to enjoy. Today I'm going to be doing two trailer reactions. I'm going to be reacting to the Dune 3 Messiah teaser trailer, and then I'm also going to be reacting to the new Spider-Man Brave New Day teaser trailer that came out today as well. So I'm very excited. I have not looked at either of them. The Dune trailer came out yesterday and I was able to I only saw like the first like 3, 4, 5 seconds and I stopped watching it, and then I've seen like maybe one or two stills of some of the famous actors, and then I've basically seen nothing of the Spider-Man, just like one tiny clip of MJ. So I'm really excited to dive in because these are definitely two of my most hotly anticipated films. I used to be a huge Marvel girl. Like that was something that really got me into film and like comic books and kind of just like imagining fantasy worlds and stuff like that. Really into that all in high school. I've kind of like dived off of it since the Marvel Cinematic Universe has kind of also, dissipated since Avengers Endgame. And, we've had a couple really good ones. Like I did like Thunderbolts and I liked Fantastic Four last year, but they definitely weren't like top notch films. Like there's always something missing or lacking. But we do have this with Sony, so a different, studio behind it, even though Marvel has a little bit of a say as it is their character, but Sony has the rights. So it's very interesting to see this relationship kind of flourish. And obviously, Sony definitely heavily relies on their Spider-Man franchise. It makes them some of the most money for their studio. So very excited. Obviously, we've had Timothée Chalamet just recently lose his second Oscar. So I'll be interested to see if Dune Messiah is going to be able to get him nominated once again, or if similar to Dune Part 2, it's kind of going to get looked over by the Academy. So let me quit my yammering and let's get into the Dune Messiah trailer, and then I'll talk about that a little bit, and then we'll dive into the Spider-Man trailer. But before we do that, please make sure you click the subscribe button and also post notification button so you don't miss out on any of my amazing content, trailer reactions, film reviews, awards predictions, all that sort of jazz. Also, follow me on all my social media. You can find me at Willow D Steele, at Letterboxd, Serialized, the Awards Expert app, Instagram, and TikTok. So let's dive into these trailers. Definitely love Denise. Very excited for his new movie.
We have a girl. What will we name her?
Oh, okay.
Her name should be Ganima. She needs to be strong, like her mother.
Okay, the vision.
What if it's a boy?
I would name him Leto.
Okay. I've not read the book, so I don't know much of the lore. But in the last movie,
The wisdom of his grandfather.
we had Florence Pugh's character, the princess, kind of get this political relationship with Timothy's character. Yeah, so you're kind of seeing some of this. And then we have his sister, played by Anna Taylor-Joy. Looks like they're at war. But we have Zendaya's character and Timothy's character look like they're coming back together and having a child. Okay, here's Florence's princess character. Ooh, introducing Robert Pattinson! All blonde and pale, man. Okay, Anna Taylor-Joy looking cool. Oh, kind of like some samurai designs for this other army. Is this okay? I feel like this part with Rebecca and Timothy is a flashback, maybe? I don't know. It looks very similar to what Timothy looked like as the prince in the first film, in the black garb. I like this music. Jason Momoa. Loving the costumes, of course. The blue eyes from the spice. Right? Is it called Spice? That's what it's called in Star Wars. I can't remember. I think it is Spice, right?
But I must not die. Yet.
Okay. See, I thought he turned into a worm in this part of the movie. I'm not seeing any worm, you know? Stacked cast, man. Oh, filmed for IMAX. December 18th, 2026. Oh boy, I am so excited! This trailer looks really fantastic. Looks like a lot of interesting stuff is going on. Definitely seems like we're at war with a couple different armies. Again, like I feel like I need to rewatch the last two films and maybe do a little bit of research on the lore because I know Dune is very heavily lore packed with a lot of ancient sci-fi, very traditional sci-fi novel. So sometimes it can get a little bit complicated to translate that adaptation to the screen. So I thought he turned into like a space worm or something like that, and then his child has to like become the Messiah or something. So I'm very interested to see what's going to happen because obviously Zendaya and I'm sorry, I can't remember what their characters' names are. Fake Dune fan here. But Timothy and Zendaya seemed like they're kind of rekindling their relationship when it seemed like it was on the outs in the last one. Because I really thought we were having some sort of political marriage going on. So I don't know, maybe that's fallen apart. I am very, very intrigued. This looks so beautiful. I love all of these stars. These are definitely like A-list stars from like my generation. We got Timothy, we got Zendaya, we've got Florence, we've got Robert Pattinson, we have Javier Bardem, Jason Momoa. I think Christopher Walken in this trailer. Or was he killed in the last film? I can't quite remember. But I'm very intrigued. Love the costumes as always. Interesting to see Anna Taylor-Joy taking on a bigger role in this one, of course, as the sister. Kind of like this prophecy. So very interesting. Of course, I love Rebecca, High Priestess. So I'm very, very intrigued in what is going to come forward in the rest of Dune's storyline. I believe this is the last one. It's going to wrap us up, or are they going to do one more? I'm pretty sure it's just supposed to be a trilogy, but I feel like Messiah is such a large book in itself, right? Because Dune is one book, and they broke that into two movies, and then Messiah, it's its own book, and I feel like that's just as thick as Dune. So I'm very, very excited. Love Denise, Quebecois, love him. So very, very excited to see, and I hope he gets much more recognition for his brilliancy behind the camera by the Academy and other awards bodies compared to he did for part two. All right, those are my thoughts, my reaction for Dune. So why don't we dive into the Spider-Man Brave New Day trailer? Okay, so he's still got a suit. Oh shit, he's like looking at their like TikToks and shit. Oh, this is so sad. See, this is how I felt at the end of the last Spider-Man movie. I was just so devastated for Peter because he finally found his place and now he's just all alone in this world. Nobody knows who he is.
Hi, my name is Peter Parker.
Okay. I love his web shooters.
But we used to know each other. Something bad was gonna happen.
Ouch, his bruise is on his thighs.
Everyone forget about me.
Oh shit. Okay, well, he's still doing his neighborhood stuff. He's getting the key to the city.
Spider-Man.
Seems like he's really. Oh, this is all the stuff they. Oh my god, Frank! Oh my god, Frank Castle! This is all the stuff that they were filming. Was it in Germany or something last year? I recognize all of this from them being on location in the tanks and stuff. Oh shit! MJ's got a boyfriend? Oh my god, Peter's just like lurking around, watching them. Oh shit, he lost his web shooters? Oh my god, he's so jacked, man! Tom Holland! Bruce! Okay, we got Frank and Bruce. Okay, his DNA is mutating. R.I.P. May. Oh my goodness! And okay, what's that actor's name? I totally recognize him. I'm gonna have to look him up. Okay, some samurais. Is it Electra? Okay, I don't know who that is, but it kind of gives me Electra vibes.
Housewarming. I'm MJ. I'm just a neighbor from across the hall. Friendly neighbor.
A friendly neighbor. Oh my god. Okay, okay, very interesting. Very interesting. Love that trailer. Definitely what I want. Seems like they are trying to probably get Ned and MJ back together with Peter. Maybe by the end of the film, it looks like he's trying to write a letter to explain the whole situation of how they had to forget him. And it really seems like he's thrown himself into becoming Spider-Man after he's lost all of that in the last couple, I don't know, maybe like year or so, because it's their first year at MIT. So maybe it's been like 6 months to a year since the last Spider-Man movie, I'm guessing. And MJ and Ned are kind of getting settled in at MIT. And then Peter lives nearby and is basically stalking them and trying to find the perfect way to get back into their lives. And he comes across Frank Castle, which is so exciting. I'm so ready for John Bernthal. I guess he'll just be like a tiny little cameo, maybe during that one little tank scene that they filmed. But I will never say no to more Frank Castle. Love to see him combined into the Sony universe. Woo! From Netflix to Disney Plus to Sony. I love it. And of course, you know, the Punisher and Spider-Man have a deep relationship in the comic books. So very cool to see that come out. Also love to see Peter interact with Bruce at, I don't know if it's at MIT, but it's some sort of university that he's teaching at. So love to see that. They're kind of going to explain his background with his DNA, how he was mutated by the spider, and how his DNA and genetic line is continuing to mutate. And that's why he's kind of having issues with controlling his powers, it seems like. I'm very, very intrigued where they're going to go with this. Seems like they might be doing a couple different storylines. They're definitely introducing some new characters at the end, kind of seem like some samurai type thing. Some sort of like Asian mixed martial arts, it looks like, and also some sort of Asian like garb, it seems like, with like the long sleeves and kind of like the drapery. So very intrigued. Terrell Tillman from Severance. I knew I recognized him. He just has one tiny moment in the trailer. I looked it up. Apparently, he's reported to play William Mexeger, who is the new head of the Department of Damage Control. And he's described as a menacing figure heading an anti-metahuman and mutant initiative. So very interested to see that, because maybe he will expand bigger as we're getting the X-Men also being brought into like the MCU and Sony universe. So very, very exciting. I love Tremon Tillman. He's so fun and he's great on Severance. So very exciting to see him become a part of the MCU. Here's Albert. He just joined me. We're going to wrap up the video, but very, very exciting for Spider-Man Brave New World. I think it looks fantastic. I think it's definitely going to give Tom Holland a little bit more to work with, and hopefully, I would, of course, I love MJ, Zendaya, and I love Ned, and I love the whole world that we built, like with our high school characters, you know, but I would love to get a little bit more of Spider-Man, you know, kind of similar to like the Tobey Maguire franchise or even the Andrew Garfield franchise to an extent. Excited to see if we get a little bit more of solo time for Tom Holland to shine, you know? Very, very interesting. Let me know what you think of both the trailers down below in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts on Dune Messiah and also on Spider-Man Brave New World. Which one are you most excited for? I think they're both kind of equally, but of course, I love the grandiose of Dune, and that's like a Christmas release, so very excited for that. So, yes, let me know all your thoughts down below. Make sure you engage with my other social media accounts. You can find me all at Willow D Steele. And while you're at that, make sure you hit the subscribe button and post notifications notification button so you don't miss out on any of my content. All of your engagement really helps push me out into the algorithm so I can meet other like-minded folks just like you guys. So thank you so much for all of your engagement and liking my video and commenting. I'm so grateful. Until the next time, remember to keep getting lost in film, guys. Bye!